The latest Pompey news, updates every day from the Pompey Sound news desk.
John Messino is offering comfort to Josh Knight after that second goal against Coventry.
I think Josh would have been disappointed with the second goal, absolutely. I think one thing which is really important though, individually and collectively, is we were really positive with the previous two performances against Leicester and Middlesbrough. I thought we defended very, very well across the 180 minutes in those two games. Against Coventry, I don't think we defended up to those standards, but we don't want to lose sight of where we were. We don't want to get too carried away with the result against Middlesbrough and drawing at Leicester. Then we don't want to get too down about Coventry. He didn't need to be there when we assessed where we were with things, but there's more than one mistake there. There's no way we should have left Thomas Asante in all that space in the middle of the park. Then we get attracted to the ball and don't make the challenge. Whenever that happens, you're in trouble.
It was a strange goal in so many ways, Coventry's second goal. It came slightly against the run of play, but they didn't do anything themselves to work a one-on-one situation with their man and our goalkeeper. It sort of happened. There was what looked to me like a 60-40 foul on a blue shirt down by the touchline, but both our centre-halves were drawn to the ball, and that's what John Messino is talking about. One of them can be drawn to the ball, covering a fullback, but the other one needs to be in the middle, especially if they've got a man lurking, and he lurked all right, didn't he? Took the goal fairly well, I thought. It was an intentional sort of chip over the goalkeeper, but hit with some pace, and he was on top of his form. The guy was looking for a hat-trick after that and could very easily have got one, and I don't think anybody would have denied him. So he was on song. The last person you wanted to be free in 30 yards of space with only the keeper to beat. Just got to carry it forward about 25 yards, which he did. Conor Ogilvie was herring back as fast as he could, but he couldn't cut back the deficit, and so the guy had plenty of time to steady himself and pick his spot. So he's blaming Josh Knight, or at least believing that John Knight was one of the culpables in that second goal. Presumably that is an indicator of the fact that Poole is our right-sided central defender, Knight our left-sided central defender, and therefore he certainly should not have been looking for the ball down on our right-hand touchline when it very quickly got worked free. Was it a foul? I'm saying 60-40. They get given. It was a shove, big shove, and the Pompey player, I couldn't quite identify who it was. It got pushed off the pitch, basically, and onto his back. Gave their fella an opportunity to have the ball free in space, look up, pick his man out, and there you are, 2-0. But what John Messino is saying is that we defended really well against Middlesbrough and against Leicester, and we mustn't get carried away with that, but we mustn't lose sight of it. We didn't defend so well against Coventry. They are better than Middlesbrough and Leicester, wouldn't you agree? Therefore, we shouldn't get too down about it, but we should pick ourselves up, dust ourselves down, and look forward to the Stoke game and playing as we did against Middlesbrough and Leicester, perhaps more to the point, defending as we did against Middlesbrough and Leicester. So wise words once again from the Moose. The football news agency, The 72, are pretty good at predicting each week. 48 hours before the game, they have a go at predicting the outcome and the score of a Pompey game. And last time round, they got the result right and they got the score right. So let's see what they're saying about Pompey versus Stoke.
Johan Walsh. Both sides face tough opponents in the week and can't really complain about the final score. Portsmouth are in their second successive season in the Championship and will want to avoid a potential relegation battle. Pompey can rely on their home form to get them out of trouble this term, and they should back themselves to win on Saturday. Stoke City couldn't have asked for a much better start to the campaign, and they could finish in the top 6. Robbins continues to do an excellent job at SCFC, and he has a lot of quality all over the pitch. Either team will fancy their chances, but I'm going to back Messino's side to be victorious at Fratton Park. Prediction: Portsmouth 2, Stoke 1.
Ray, it just feels as though Stoke City are slipping away after their early highs, perhaps back towards a position that was expected of them pre-season. Form has fallen off for the Potters, and Fratton Park is not an easy place to go. Portsmouth might not be in great form themselves, but having that home crowd behind them gives them a chance of beating anyone in this division. SCFC will be eager to grind out a result to take something back north to show for their efforts. However, I've got a feeling it will be Pompey who take all 3 points in a narrow game. Prediction: Portsmouth 1, Stoke City 0.
So the 72's experts are both going for a narrow Pompey win, and the ever-popular scoreline of 2-1 crops up yet again. It's the experts' favourite scoreline. Let's see what Dean Adams is predicting for the same game.
Do you know what? It's my birthday on Saturday and I want a win. I'm the big 50 on Saturday. It's the up and over the hill. And I need a win Saturday. I need a bit of a boost. And I think our away form is a little bit better than our home form, but we've seen we can beat top sides at Fratton Park. We did that with Middlesbrough a couple of weeks ago. So we have got it in us. We've got injuries that are affecting us a little bit at the moment. But on the other flip side, Stoke are a good side. So it's a tough one, but I'm going to stick my neck out and go for a win this week, and I think we're just about to do it. So I'm going to go for something like a 2-1 win.
Here's Mick Robertson on that penalty, which it wasn't not given. The referee didn't actually adjudicate anything at all. It went unseen.
You can watch it on social media footage. You can watch it over and over and over and over again, as I have done. Amin Ayuk attempted a cross into the Coventry box, and Jay Da Silva leapt and raised his arm to head height, and the ball struck his arm. Meantime, as Minogue struck the ball, Gavin Ward, our referee of course, took his eye off it. His head turned to the melee in the penalty area. As the crowd roared for handball, he turned his head back. Too late to see the offence. He gets no intervention from his assistants, and he's what is called in polite circles buggered. He's aware there's a problem. He can do nothing but ignore it.
And you can hear the whole of Mick Robertson's podcast on the Coventry game. Some very interesting insight, because he was in the lounge overhearing the four officials talking and laughing before the match. So there's an element of unique insight there. You can hear the whole of his podcast by going to Pompey Sound Podcasts, and you want to download the one that is heralded Mick. We also hear Mick's thoughts about the game in general, and he finishes on a positive note by celebrating the arrival of Mackenzie Kirk, as, of course, we all are.